Hello and welcome to Plan B, a podcast about all the latest news and updates related to citizenship by investment by CS Global Partners, a London headquartered legal government advisory and marketing firm. My name is Aisha Mohammed and I'm your host. In our last episode, we had an expert from our Russia team discuss the changing CBI market in Russia. If you haven't listened to it yet, make sure you subscribe to our podcast on Spotify or iTunes to stay up to date with the latest in CBI. You can also find all of our previous episodes on our website at www.csglobalpartners.com and under the resources section. On today's episode, we have Yasmin Abouzouhour from our London office's legal team joining us. Yasmin will provide us with insight about how an applicant can decide between the CBI programs offered by two of the world's most renowned CBI destinations, Dominica and St. Kitts and Nevis. Hi Yasmin, it's great to have you. How are you doing?
Hi Aisha, thank you for having me. I'm well.
Great, so let's get started. So before we delve into the questions, can you tell us a little bit about the options for CBI available in these two Caribbean nations?
Well, in Dominica, an applicant can choose between a contribution to the government or the purchase of real estate. A single applicant, for example, would need to either make a US $100,000 contribution or a US $200,000 investment in real estate. For the latter, government fees would also apply. In St. Kitts and Nevis, a single applicant can choose to make a contribution of 150,000 US dollars to the government's Sustainable Growth Fund or to purchase real estate worth at least 200,000 US dollars to be held for 7 years, or 400,000 US dollars to be held for only 5 years. Again, government fees apply to real estate purchases, but not to contributions. Applicant applying for citizenship in St. Kitts and Nevis may also opt for the 60-day accelerated application process for an additional fee. Generally, clients prefer to choose the government fund as they are more straightforward, fast, and a secure route to citizenship.
So if a client is interested in obtaining second citizenship, do they usually have an idea about what country or what program they want to apply to?
Clients often come to CS Global Partners having heard some of the industry's frontrunners, including, of course, the Citizenship by Investment programs of Dominica and St. Kitts and Nevis. Often, the source of that information is word of mouth, or they may have attended industry conferences, listened to webinars, or read our articles, such as those that feature prominently in British Airways High Life magazine. CS Global Partners is government mandated by both Dominica and St. Kitts and Nevis, and we are therefore top of mind. However, in some cases, clients will have little knowledge of the differences between the programs. This is where it becomes even more important to educate the prospective clients, particularly by assessing their individual needs and family structure.
Is there a procedure to picking which program is best for you? Based on what factors do you provide those recommendations?
Every client is different, and there is no exact answer to this question. Some of the factors that come up most frequently when gauging which program would be best suited for a particular client include the applicant's nationality, the applicant's family members and their respective ages, the investment option that an applicant prefers, either the fund or real estate, and the cost of the investment. Also, whether a program has a mandatory travel and resident requirement, whether there's application timeframes, and also relocation preferences. To take the example of an applicant's family members, talking to clients to understand which family members they are planning to include in an application is incredibly important. The eligibility of family members varies with each program. Certain members, such as spouses and children under 18, are almost always eligible. However, some countries also allow the addition of dependent parents and grandparents, and there are big distinctions for adult children. Additionally, family structure can also affect the total investment amount required under a particular program. An applicant's family structure is therefore an important consideration when choosing a program, and we work with clients to guarantee that they find the most affordable option for them while ensuring that no family member gets left behind.
How much does cost vary according to family size?
To take the example of Dominica and St. Kitts and Nevis, under the fund option, St. Kitts and Nevis Citizenship by Investment program favours larger family structures whereas Dominica's program is generally more appealing to single applicants.
How does the nationality of a client affect his or her program options?
The nationality of an applicant is extremely important when choosing a CBI program. All applicants for citizenship by investment in the Caribbean are subject to stringent due diligence checks, and where due diligence cannot be adequately performed in a person's country of origin, Caribbean countries prevent persons of such nationalities from applying altogether. In Dominica, for example, citizens of Iran, North Korea, and Sudan are banned, except where citizens of these three countries have not lived in these countries for at least 10 years, have no substantial assets there, and have not performed any business or similar activity in or with the countries. In St. Kitts and Nevis, citizens of Afghanistan, Iran, and North Korea are banned from applying. Thus, a client of Afghan origin would be advised to apply for Dominica over St. Kitts and Nevis.
So Yasmin, would you like to add anything that we didn't get to speak about?
There are many things that distinguish Dominica and St. Kitts and Nevis that we do not unfortunately have time to touch on today. These are all things we try to bring into the discourse we have with clients. St. Kitts and Nevis pioneered the concept of citizenship by investment in 1984, and more than 3 decades later remains an industry frontrunner. It has fine-tuned its CBI program and now holds itself the highest standards of due diligence, setting the St. Kitts and Nevis Citizenship by Investment program as the platinum standard against which every other CBI program is benchmarked. Similarly, Dominica's CBI program is decades old, having existed since 1993. Dominica has been consistently rated as the world's best CBI program in PWM's annual publication, the CBI Index, since 2017. This makes the two programs excellent options for clients seeking second citizenship.
Thank you so much, Yasmin, for joining us today. We appreciate all of your insight. If you have a topic you'd like for us to discuss on Plan B, let us know and we'll be happy to have an expert address your concerns. Next week, we'll be back with another episode detailing the differences between citizenship and residency. If you have any questions about CBI or would like to find out more, please visit www.csglobalpartners.com. Thank you for listening and stay safe. Audio